everyone, Dustin here with the Han Private Wealth. So today I'm going to show you how to read investment performance reports for mutual funds. Because if you've never looked at one before and you're looking at one for the first time, it definitely looks pretty intimidating. And I just want to show you all the little tips and tricks that I know to make it easier to understand them.
So here is the RBC Select Growth Portfolio Mutual Fund. Now, I'm what's called an independent advisor. I don't make my own investment products for my clients. I can pretty much use any financial institution's products in Canada for my clients. RBC is one of them. So I know their products pretty well, and I just want to let you know that just so you know I'm not biased when I'm explaining stuff. So any fund company that you look up their mutual fund, there's going to be these two things on their website. There's going to be a fund facts and a monthly update. The fund facts reports break down all the possible fees that you can be paying when you invest in this fund. And the monthly update report just shows you the updated investment performance of how well it's doing. Let's click on the monthly update report first. When you click on it, you can already tell that it's information overload and kind of looks a little intimidating. So really, there's only a few things you really just need to look at when you look at these reports. The first one is obviously just the returns. Now, I always like to look at the 5 and 10 year returns because over the short term, like 1 to 2 years, markets can fluctuate a lot. But over the long term, they usually average out to what they normally do. So if you look at this one over 10 years, it's made 7.2% per year. The other thing you got to look at is the fund category right over here. So this fund is in the global equity balance category. Now, this is important because if you're going to compare, say, two different funds to each other to make a decision on which one's best for you, you have to compare it to the categories, not the names of the fund. I see this pretty often where people think like, for example, the RBC growth portfolio might be the exact same category as a CIBC growth portfolio. But just because they have similar name doesn't mean they're in the same category. Because if they're not in the same category, it's not apples to apples anymore. It's really apples to oranges, and one fund is taking different risks than the other from being in a different category. The other thing you want to look at is its quartile score right here. So basically how a quartile score works, if we kind of look at each calendar year return right here, if you look at 2014, you see this first place for its quartile score. This means it performed in the top 25% of all mutual funds that are in this fund category. If you see a second place, that means it performed in the next 25 best percent of funds. And then third place, next lower 25%. And then if you see a fourth quartile score, that means it performed in the bottom 25% of all funds in this fund category. Now, going back to the 5 and 10 year return, I like to look at the long-term quartile score as well. Because if I see like a 4 or a 3 for its quartile score, it means it hasn't done very well. And I probably wouldn't even consider it just based on that. If you see a 1 or a 2, it means it's done pretty well compared to everybody that's in that category. The other thing you want to look at is its MER or management expense ratio. So for this fund, it shows it's 2.04%. So when you look at investment reports, the MER is usually at most companies, they'll take it off the returns. So if you go look at this 7.2% it's made over a year for the last 10 years, the fund actually made like 9.2% if you include the fee. But they take the fee off, and then this is what's left for your return. Now, if you want to look at the total fee, you have to go to the fund facts, because on the fund facts, it's actually going to show that the fee is a little bit higher than 2.04%.
If you like this video, please click on that subscribe button. And if you have any questions, please comment below.